It finally happened, and I have to say, it's kinda traumatic. I did a bad and wore red into a Target with khakis. Long story short, for preamble, I had gotten off an overnight shift and didn't think about where I was going and saw Target. Knew I needed a few things from laundry detergent to some groceries, so I went there. I got stopped a few times, but every time I simply said I wasn't an employee and only had to show them my work badge once out of 4 times, up until the last guy. So, to set the stage, I'm 5'6" and just over 120 if I eat a full course meal and don't shit. So I'd say I'm small-ish. The dude that stopped me is about a foot taller than me and pure definition of a gym bro. Now I won't lie, I didn't handle this well. I was tired after the overnight and annoyed that I had been stopped several times by now. He called out to me. I ignored him. He followed and called out a few more times, and I simply said, "Don't work here." He didn't like that. He ran in front of me and grabbed my left arm and began to shout, "I am a customer, god damn." I punched him in the throat. With my free arm out of reflex, he quickly let go and began coughing violently. I just stood there in disbelief that A, someone would just grab an individual and scream at them, and that B, I just punched a guy over 6 feet way stronger than me, and who was obviously angry at me. I ran up to the front counter, pulled my phone out and called 911. I told the person on the phone and employees what happened, and I hid. Eventually the cops came, see this guy screaming at employees to tell him where I went. After about an hour of de-escalation, I come out. He says something along the lines of me assaulting after he politely tried to get my attention. I explained my side and that I'm not an employee. Cops check the cameras, see what happened, and they cuff him and escort him out. This is a highly abridged version of what happened, as this took a while to get done. During this, he tried to explain and I distinctly remembered, "So I grabbed him," hence the post title. They asked me if I wanted to press charges. Honestly, no. I don't have the mental energy to take it to court, and honestly, I feel like punching him in the throat was enough payback personally for me. Maybe he'll think twice before the SOB puts his hands on somebody else. Update. So this just happened today. I was shopping in a local co-op to get some breakfast before work, and I saw him, the dude that I punched. He saw me and I tried to hurry off, but he called out, "I'm sorry." I stopped, turned around, and he walked over and looked really apologetic, so I decided to hear him out. We talked for a bit, and after about 5 minutes of him apologizing, I'm going to shorten the conversation, but he says, "I'm really sorry. My grandfather recently passed away and he raised me and such. That doesn't excuse what I did though, so I'm really sorry." He also explained that he didn't face any charges, but he did seek out therapy, and that seems to have been helping. He even paid for my breakfast. It turns out the dude was having a bad day and a lot of background info that isn't up to me to decide to share, past the initial issue. Either way, I just figured I'd update with a happy and somewhat wholesome ending to this altercation. Too long didn't read. I met a guy I punched. Turns out to be a good dude with issues. He owns up to his fuck up, is seeking help, and even paid for my breakfast. Well, isn't this the best timeline?